generations of incredible horrors that will terrify you with their brutal reality.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Cinemondo trailer reaction show. We're going to show a trailer none of us have seen for a movie that none of us have heard of.
So we don't want to hear a bunch of shit about how we don't know what we're talking about, because we don't. We know this already. God.
I totally admit it up front. I know nothing.
Mark's like, I know everything. I don't know what they're talking
about. Oh, and yeah, we have a special guest. We have it's like, you know, third episode we've done today, so we're exhausted. But we have our friend Mark Maddox with us.
Always fun having Mark around.
Extraordinary artist.
I'm the Martin Landau of the show. Remember on Mission Impossible, he would not guaranteed to be in every episode. So that's what I am. I am to Cinemondo what Martin Landau was to
Well, you know, you have a life. You're busy a lot. So we can only get you when we get you.
I do have a life, Kathy.
Unlike the rest of us.
But if our listeners and viewers don't know who Mark is, they need to go look his name up and look at his artwork.
Maybe Mark could tell us the name of the actual URL of your website.
Draw pictures.
Yeah,
that's it. Drawpictures.com.
I'll tell you what I'm starting to really do with some coaxing by people like Burke is go to Instagram, go to Maddox Planet. Go to Maddox Planet on Instagram, because that's a little cleaner, a little tighter on just showing the kind of work I do. And I'm filling it up every week. I put a few more pieces up every week. So
nice. Instagram is great. All the kids are doing it, Mark.
I hear my Instagram's pretty popular.
My kids are like, Dad, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Insta's old. Now everybody's doing TikTok.
Hashtag you old bald idiot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's I mean I like Instagram, and I like the fact too that if anybody gets a little wonky, you can cut the comments off. You know, it's a little weird. All of a sudden you're political or something like this.
Bye.
You know, that's it. So or go to Facebook. I prefer Facebook. Mark Maddox in Tallahassee.
Facebook.
Burke's old stomping grounds. Tallahassee, Tallahassee, Florida.
So we're gonna cover a film called Don't Look Up, and it's a film that Adam McKay directed. He did Anchorman, the sequel, the Ron Burgundy.
Okay.
He's directed a lot of comedies, a lot of big comedies, and this looks like a comedy, but it looks like it has a little bit of an edge. I'm not sure because I haven't seen it.
All right.
So, but I did upload it, and I go, wow, this looks like it could be funny and edgy. So we'll see. Are we ready?
Interesting. Yes, I think so.
All right, here we go.
You are here now. You are here now. You are here now. Here now. Your breathing is stressing me out.
This will affect the entire planet.
I know, but it's like so stressful.
Can I get that one more ice water?
I'll get 2 more glasses of white wine, and I don't need the judgy face. There's a comet headed directly towards Earth. Do you know how many the world is ending meetings we've had over the last 2 years?
Drought, famine, hole in the ozone is so boring.
I have to say, I love the type design in this. It was so good. Wow.
I was going to say something about that. Nice stuff. Nice treatment.
That trailer was stressing me out with the breathing. Like the music and then the breathing. I was like, oh my God.
It's another one of those comedies about the end of the world. I remember I worked on a thing a while back called not Until the End of the World. It was called something about the end of the world. And it was trying to make a comedy out of a comet that's coming, and everybody knows the day of their death, you know, because it's going to hit in a month or whatever. It looks like
that is hilarious.
Like that. Yeah. But it's interesting that people would go for an idea of, you know, let's do some, you know, like a big giant worldwide disaster, and let's try to make it funny.
Yeah. Well, I think it can be funny.
Absurd. Like, what's it all mean?
The cast in this is pretty nuts. And Meryl Streep, what? And like, you know, and Leonardo DeCaprio, who I wasn't even sure it was him exactly. The first I'm like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. And then the more it showed, I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
There's a
And then
bunch of
Jennifer
people in the
Lawrence.
cast,
I'm not
yeah.
sure. Ariana Grande, is she's an actress now? I don't know. She seems to be showing up.
And Timothée Chalamet, is that how you
yeah.
say his name?
It's crazy. So
Yeah.
I think I think I was hoping it'd be a little more sciencey. It looks like it's a little more slapsticky. I thought it'd be kind of fun to see some astronomy nerds, trying to save
Right.
the planet, but it looks like it's a little more broad than that.
Is that Jonah
but
Hill in there too?
yeah, Jonah Hill's always good, So it does look like a big commercial, crazy comedy. What do you think, Mark? You've been very quiet.
Mark has thoughts about.
He has that I'm going to say something like I don't like it. I hear like a TV in the background. Is that what they're hearing in the background?
Mark's watching TV.
You can hear it. Linda's
Good
in there.
Lord.
Do you want me to turn it off? Yeah, I can go tell her to turn it down.
Oh my God.
No, it's okay.
No,
are you
it's
sure?
not okay. Turn it down.
Let me. Are you sure? What happens to this episode? Does everybody sit here and the audience watch?
Well, we're going to keep talking.
While I
we'll just completely be silent and
God damn, I had this whole setup for this movie that we just watched the clip for. I was just going to say one word.
Okay.
And then you're like, I hear a TV in the background. Like, shit. All right, here was my word.
Okay.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
I'm there. I want to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were like, well, there.
No, there. I want to watch that film.
It looks really fun.
Hold on for a second. Sweet pea.
Tick,
Linda.
Tick tock. Tick tick tock.
Sweetheart.
We can keep talking.
Yeah.
We can.
Well, yeah. I mean, it looks like an action film that's also funny and it's got a great
TV
cast.
set.
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's
sorry.
muting would have been nice. Anyway,
like Nicholson said, I'm in trouble now.
You're fired.
Well, so the thing is that I looked at it and I went, okay, look, here's what happens. This goes back to the Jake Gyllenhaal preview that we watched years ago.
Yes,
last week.
And it was
whenever that was. It may be coming up. I'm not sure when it is.
You look at the plot.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the actors and you look at how many times those people pick good films. DeCaprio a lot of times picks good films. It isn't just so much that I'm paying attention to him. I'm paying attention to the people that he properly picks to make a film with.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence is a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
Meryl Streep, come on.
She's pretty good, I've heard.
Yeah.
But the thing is, yeah. I mean,
she does stuff.
She's only been on the scene for a few years, and I heard Kate Blanchett is in it as well.
Yeah.
Or
Ariana
Blanchett.
Grande is in it. She always makes good stuff.
I always get one of those when I'm at Starbucks. Yeah. And the thing is that but I'm looking at this, I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you just showed me that with a bunch of other people I had never seen before, I'm like, who gives a crap?
Exactly.
But it's the combination of what the plot is I'm seeing and those people that you go, that's a bunch of people making a decision to be in on this film.
Yeah, for some reason.
They had to make a conscious
script.
So there's something there that makes me go, what do they know that we don't know?
Yeah.
Which is why the trailer is selling the trailer with huge names and text, like every other scene. We see like a big name. And it's like, because it is an impressive cast. Sometimes that can work in its favor, sometimes not. Sometimes I feel like maybe they're overcompensating all these great actors because the movie isn't good. But then you're like, well, how did they all accept to be in these movies? Yeah. So, I mean, the guy has made, The Big Short was great, like super complicated. That's like, I'm hoping this movie will be a little more like complicated and sciencey than it's sort of letting on in the trailer. They're probably selling it like a broad comedy because he's done some really smart stuff.
Sure. Comedy is one of those things that seems like it just sort of happens, and comedies, people just turn the camera on and do funny
stuff. No.
Yeah.
But comedy seriously is the hardest thing. And I've worked on things that were comedy, and it is difficult, and the atmosphere is imagine if you are trying to be funny. You know how you feel when you're trying to be funny and and you just don't feel it, and it's like you got to do it anyway. And comedy
made me laugh.
Hard.
So you just did comedy, Bart. You just throw Chuck in there, and that worked. I'm laughing.
Yeah, ha ha ho ho.
But you're good at it.
Ha 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 ho ho.
Actually, I did that.
But still,
then it wasn't funny.
Just because a person is a comedy director, it doesn't mean that they are not a good director. And in fact, in some cases, it means they are a better director than you think they are.
Yeah, I mean, here's the weird thing. I've got a huge movie collection.
Oh yeah.
But I probably only have 10, 20 comedies.
I know.
Right.
Comedies are rough, man.
Yeah.
Hard finding
Comedies
good ones.
are, I mean, and mine are a lot older. I don't necessarily like a lot of modern comedies per se, but
right.
You look at people that could do a serious super drama like Howard Hawks would turn, but then you turn around and do Bringing Up Baby, or something like that, and you're like, but then you hear about people working on comedies and they go, well, you got to treat it like a drama. I mean, like you actually do the lines as if you're doing a drama, because if you do it like you're in a comedy, you're going to kill it.
Yeah.
So
it's too obvious.
I don't know. I mean, this is going to be one of those that, okay, the movie's getting ready to come out. What was it? What was the date? December 1st?
It seems like a perfect holiday kind of movie.
But I'm looking at going, okay,
December
so
10th.
It's gonna be based on two things. The fact that this trailer has given me some interest, and then what I hear, of course, if it's on TV,
it's on TV.
I'll watch it anyway. But the thing is, what do I hear? If it's like, the day before it is, or you go up and hear a bunch of people going like, wow, that really was a big stinker disappointment. Right.
It's going to be on Netflix Christmas Eve.
Oh.
I'll watch on a double bill with the Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Yeah.
Some sad and
Is
some
Jake
happy.
Gyllenhaal in this film? He could be. I don't know.
Sounds
There's a lot of people in it.
Yeah.
Well, who's the guy? Oh my God, I forget his name. The guy that said, "Oh my God, you're making my heart palpitate." The guy sitting there,
Jonah Hill, I think.
Jonah Hill's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he's a likable guy.
He's very fun to watch. Some movies he's excellent. I watched him. I had not seen Moneyball,
right,
before, and I finally watched it a couple of months ago. This is pretty good, and he's good in it. So anyway, I got a thumbs up for the bit of the trailer, just by my film history. Bring somebody in, from another planet, put them down. What do you think of this trailer? I do not know what you're talking about, Earthman. I mean, but it is the fact that we have a history with some of these actors and their choices and stuff that makes it interesting.
And we've seen disaster films. We've seen those Roland Emmerich things.
There's a director. I put a lot of credence in the directors chosen for these things, and this guy's done all of the cool Will Ferrell films. He's written a lot of them, so I'm hoping that means he's going to bring some of that kind of smart, not super obvious comedy to this that I think could really work. So I'm looking forward to that. I
did like Anchorman. I'm trying to remember. Is that the one? The guys are in the Winnebago and it flips out of control and then shows everybody. One guy's getting hit in the head with a bowling ball, and the other guy, the scorpions come out of the terrarium and stinging the guy.
That was the Hangover.
No, I don't think so. I think it was. I don't know. I mean, but here's the important thing.
I haven't seen it.
I was laughing.
Right.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's Monty Python humor or Charlie Chaplin or whatever. I was laughing. So the guy, if he did that, okay. So
if he did that, okay. Yeah. So there's our review of Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up.
Oh shit!
It looks like a combination of disaster film and a comedy.
It looks fun.
Seems interesting.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
We sound a little skeptical, but I think it could be interesting. We usually don't do comedies. That's why it's a little hard. It's a harder genre.
I hope it's as good as Ishtar.
Right.
And if that'll be okay.
Or Armageddon. But
I think that's probably
any film
achievable.
Any film that I don't know what's going on in the trailer and it seems like about a guy who has panic attacks or something, and then suddenly there's a shot of him in the space shuttle. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it.
Well, I think it's he's a nerd who's been behind the scenes. He's a scientist, and now all of a sudden he's having to be out in front, and he is not that guy. So
and
that
he
could
has
be
to say
funny.
something that nobody wants to hear.
Yeah.
Evidently.
What's that? Oh, I thought you were going to.
The end of the world.
The world is coming.
I thought you were going to say. I was going to say something nobody wants to hear. I actually like Armageddon.
Yeah, it's
I
not
like
bad.
Armageddon.
It's a.
I like The Rock too. Those are my two Michael Bay films. Everything else, Transformers. Forget it. But I like those too. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't apologize for it.
Well, that should let everyone gauge your taste in films in regards to this trailer.
Oh.
All right, then, everybody. Join us for the next trailer review, probably in a couple days.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Joining us.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
If the world doesn't end.
Bye.
is invaded by indestructible moon monsters.